Welcome. In this video, we will do a walkthrough of the Enterprise Business Integration Management Suite. After you have logged into the product, you will be taken to the home page. And in the home page, there will be four separate sections that belong to different parts of the application. We will start off with the develop section here that will have shortcuts or links to different parts of the application, such as data interfaces, process flows, data mappings, events, etc. And then in the monitor page, we have access to different parts of the application related to the runtime status of different transactions that may be going on, as well as historical logs that you may want to see. So here we can go to the process flow logs or the user performance dashboard or the process flows dashboard to see the status of transactions that may be queued, running, or failed or executed. And you can also look at the historical data of that particular transaction in terms of how many times that particular instance ran over the last 10 days. And then at the bottom part of the screen, you will see the different details of that transaction. So the home page has different links to the application. Event logs is another main section of the product where you can see what events are triggering what transactions, as well as what the statuses of those transactions are. So there's a lot to see here as part of the monitoring section. And then we have the administration piece here. And since I have logged in as an admin, I have access to the usage report system dashboard that will take you to the page where it will show you how much memory the application is taking in terms of the kernel memory status, how many process flows are running or queued or in waiting stage. And the other parts of the administration section is related to usage report. This tells you how many developer user accounts are there, how many process models have been created, how many flows have been created as part of this application in terms of the Adeptia instance running here in this machine. And then there are also different counts of the solutions, the forms, data mappings, custom plugins or extensions that users may have created. So as an admin, you have a complete visibility in terms of what activity users are creating and what the overall status of the application is in terms of both the runtime as well as the design time aspect of the interface. And if we scroll down a little bit further, we will also have information about how many sources have been accessed, how many data mappings have been executed, how many number of files we have processed, and also data volume in terms of number of bytes have been processed. So there's nothing going on right now, so that's why there's 0 bytes. But as the processes begin to get executed based on events that you activate, then you will see a lot of information getting dynamically changed here as part of this page. The next part of the section is the learning part, where you have links to different tutorial videos. We also have a link to the support forum that will take you to the Adeptia's support forum page, which is online. And as part of this support forum, you have access to different parts of the application in terms of how to create an activity, as well as different examples and best practices. So there's a lot of information that you can gain out of the learning section of the product. Then, as part of the overall navigation menu that you see here at the top, we have the home page, which we are looking at right now. We have the develop tab. So if you click on it, depending upon where you went last time in the develop section, that page will show up. So here, as a user, I went to the process flow page as part of the develop section, and that's what shows up when you click on the develop tab. There are other sub-menu items, as you can see here. There's projects, solutions, and process, services, events that will allow you to trigger off process flows. web forms that will allow you to create workflows, and then reports and dashboard that will allow you to create custom reports and dashboard interfaces. Then we have the Monitor tab that will allow you to go to reports and dashboards to see different parts of the runtime aspect of the product. Here I have gone to the events dashboard, and I can look at how many processes were triggered by different events, and these could be scheduled as well as event-based triggers. And then within this Monitor tab, there are several sub-menu items, as you can see. The My Solutions allows you to use a form to kick off a process. So whenever you create a form, you have the ability to either create a standalone form that can trigger off a process, and that form can exist as part of the My Solutions menu item. And then the form can also be used as workflow tasks that I will talk about as part of this product. And then we also have the My Tasks. What My Task does is that if you as a user have been assigned a task, a workflow task, then those tasks will appear here as part of this task manager. And you can also go in task history to see the statuses of different workflow tasks that may be still running, and you can look at the status of those workflow tasks as part of their runtime execution. The next part is the My Documents. This is more of a web-based folder that you have access to, and this particular document manager will provide you the repository information of all the runtime logs or the files that are stored as part of the repository whenever a transaction gets executed. And then we have the dashboards. The dashboards allow you to look at user performance, process flows, events, data interfaces, statuses. Custom dashboards can also be created as part of this interface, and I will talk about that in later videos for this particular EBIM suite. And then the reports are custom reports. You can look at different types of reports that you may have designed, and you want to look at some of these reports and execute them. And this is where you can perform that task. And then we have history that allows you to look at the process flows, the system logs, and see what's going on within the product, who's logged in, what type of changes that users have made as part of the Adeptia instance. So you have complete information as part of this administrator profile. All the information that you can gather are available as part of history here, as you can see. So this is the monitor section of the product. And then we have the administration piece where you can go into the system dashboard. This is the screen where you can show you the process flow status and the kernel memory status, and as well as more back-end aspects of the application in terms of when was the garbage collection done, and then what's the statuses of the repository and the backend log database, whether they're up or down. So here you can see that all the connections are up and working fine. And the other parts of the administration piece is where you can go in and look at the application settings, and this is more for the administration role. And you can look at the administration guide for more information in terms of what type of application settings you can change. So here, as part of the update system properties, you have access to different configuration properties of the product, and you can change that from this particular screen. So you can go into load management and look at maybe enabling clustering as part of this deployment. You can go into the systems, and you may want to set up email settings so that application sends out notifications whenever there's any issues with the process flow. Or you may just want to send normal notifications as part of your workflows. So mail server properties are important. So again, I refer to the administration guide in terms of what these properties are and how you can configure them and fine tune them. Then the other part of the application is the kernel. This is where you can go as an administrator, system administrator role. You can go in and stop the kernel and shut down the application from running. So this basically has a lot of uh, uh, powerful aspects of how or what you can do as part of this maintenance section. You can also do a logs cleanup. So as an administrator, you can clean up the logs by clicking on the Clean Up Now button here on the right-hand side. It will also show you how many records are there in the logs database for different um, uh, entities, such as process flow logs and event logs, etc. And then we also have the archive logs. So here, the archive log, if it's enabled, then you can see the logs that get archived over the long term period. So here we have the ability for you to store the logs and archive them. If you want to keep these logs for a long period of time, you have the ability to enable that, and then that's the logs you will see in this particular page. So again, a lot to see in terms of what this product has. And then on the top right corner, there's the user ID in which you have logged in with. So here the admin has its profile. The user who is logged in can also go and change their password. This enable classical menu is more related to the develop tab, and I will show you what this enable classical menu does. Basically, it creates the vertical menu on the left hand side of the screen when you go to the develop tab, and then you can obviously log out. And then the help category contains a lot of material in terms of just for your for your evaluation purposes. You want to see how to use the product, refer to the getting started guide. You can also look at the business user guide, because the product is also built for business users to look at some of the output or the results of the process flows that get executed. So here, business user guide can also be very useful. Here you can also create models, process models, and do simulation. So this is the guide for that. Then there's a developer guide. So if you're logged in as developer type user account, then you can also create your flows and solutions, and this is what you can refer to as part of your implementation process. And then there's the administration guide, obviously, and then support forum link, and then the about section, which basically will tell you what this particular version of the product is, when is the license expiring, as well as what host it's running on, and whether it's a development or a production or a QA environment. So this is the overall walkthrough of how the different parts of the application are all laid out, and the navigation section of the product here at the top part of the screen allows you to go into different categories and then open up that page and look at the contents of the page. This concludes the video. Thank you and goodbye.